Hey everybody, welcome to another Foosh video review. Today we're taking a look at the new San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Hela from the Doctor Strange Marvel Legends box set. This is the first time Hela has gotten a figure, and naturally she's not someone who's ever going to be available at retail just because of, I guess, the double whammy of her name and what her role actually is in the Marvel Universe. I mean, her name is Hela, and as you can tell, she is, somewhat connected to whatever abstract concept of hell that she happens to rule over, as it were. So she is, I mean, for me, she is the standout figure of the box set. So much so that I opted to just get her loose off of eBay rather than deal with the nightmare of putting up with Hasbro Toy Shop, trying to just snag one of these when they're up for, 5 minutes. So this is Hela, and she is on the larger female body that's very similar to recently released Thundra and Valkyrie. In fact, here she is with Valkyrie, and they're just about the same size. Valkyrie's head is a little bit larger, so that gives her the illusion of being larger. But aside from some subtle tooling here, I mean, both figures are basically the same base body, which is kind of cool. And then here she is with one of the more standard Hasbro female bodies. There's Captain Marvel. So she's a little bit larger than Captain Marvel in the standard Marvel Legends female body. And then here she is with fellow Asgardian Thor. This is the recently released Marvel Select Thor. Usually Marvel Select figures are huge compared to Marvel Legends, but this Thor is basically the same size as all of Hasbro's Thors. So no big deal. I think she works. This is my favorite version of Thor, so I'm holding on to it. He's my default Thor in my collection. So here is Hela. Let's get a close-up of that face of hers. She looks so cool. I love the pearlescent black and green combination that she's got going on. And she's got this crazy fancy headdress that is very comic accurate. She's got these very Jack Kirby-esque, I don't know what you call them. It's almost like a candelabra effect that extends out from her helmet, her mask. And they plug right back into her head. Like so. When you first get her out of the box, they're not even attached, but it's a very simple plug. They just plug right in, and they stay in place nicely. So that's her close up. Let's get a look at her from all angles now. Let's see. So she has a soft goods cape, obviously, as you can see. And I know a lot of people don't like soft goods on their 6-inch figures, but I'm okay with this. Because, I mean, your attention is definitely drawn to the bright green and the pearlescent quality of her body. So the cape is just kind of there. So, I mean, I'm okay with it. I'm giving it a pass. I think I don't know, it seems a little, now that I'm really looking at it, it seems like a little incongruous with the rest of her, but, on the shelf, I'm not noticing it that much. And for accessories, she comes with this Dayglow green sword. You'll give me a second, I'll get it in her hand here. That she grips just fine. The color is a little bit absurd, but, I mean, it flows nicely with the rest of her, so it's not a big deal. I kind of like it, So, I mean, in terms of articulation, I mean, standard Marvel Legends, arms move out. I mean, she doesn't get a full range of motion because of the stuff on her shoulders here that holds her cape in place. But just a single elbow joint, which is pretty common with the Marvel ladies these days. She's got that torso joint. Again, not a ton of motion. There's some good back motion, but not a lot of forward motion. So it doesn't really serve that well as an ab crunch. Head is on that ball joint. Whoops. And if you grab the head wrong, the antler or candelabra things kind of pop out, as we can see, but fortunately they go back in nicely. I'm tempted to glue them in place so they don't go anywhere. The hips are not ideal. They're those 45-degree or whatever you call them hips. I mean, they arrange for a decent range of motion. She can almost get 90 degrees out of her hips, and she's got the double knee. So there's some good motion there, but, you've got to deal with the lines of her costume being out of whack when you move her legs around. Fortunately, she's not going to be doing much than standing on my shelves and lording over everybody. And then she's got the modern Hasbro ankle. That kind of lends itself to some good posing possibilities. So there's Hela, and she is, man, I really, really, really like her. I was really surprised to see that she was included in the wave. Naturally, if she was ever going to be released, it would be part of a San Diego exclusive, much like the previously released Satana was. So really, really stoked. Her paint apps are really clean and sharp. I mean, everything here just looks really good. I know it's such a crapshoot when you buy the exclusives, especially off Hasbro Toy Shop, because you're praying to God you're not going to get any issues. I mean, I bought mine off eBay, so I guess I was doubly praying to God I wasn't going to get any issues, and mine came issue-free. So I think you can, if you're still waiting on your set, or you're still thinking about buying one, I think you can rest easy because you'll be in okay shape. So this is Hela. Let us know what you think about her by leaving a comment below, or by picking up the discussion on our message boards, or by checking us out on social media. As always, thanks for checking us out here on The Foosh, and we'll see you again really, really soon.